My name is Daniel Maria Love. I work at home, and I am in the middle of my first year at the School of Ministry. I was sitting at our diocesan conference, and a group of priests walked by, and one of them said, "Don't you ever feel like there's a voice missing among us? Like there's somebody who we just need with us to balance us out?" And as he was walking by, this very deep silence came over me. It was almost an unbearable silence. And I knew in that silence that that was me. I was the voice that was missing. And I decided at that point it was time for me to pursue my vocation. First, I would say, be at peace with the struggle. Let the struggle happen, because it is a struggle and it's supposed to be. We aren't born easily, we don't die easily, and we certainly don't find our vocation easily. And I would say also to keep in mind that there's more than one vocation that we have in this life. There's more than one big work we're called to do. We're all called to something. Discerning what is what the vocation is, and there's more than one, and to keep an open mind. Absolutely, I'm a prime example of that. I was 47 when I left teaching, and I didn't spend 7 years. I spent 5 or 6 years really. I mean, even after I felt that I had a vocation in ministry and I was called to that, I still spent a lot of time discerning what direction would make the most sense for me to go. I'm married, and so of course my wife is part of this decision, an intimate part of this decision, and in terms of health, time, finances, all those big things as you grow older that suddenly become so important that aren't important at all when you're young. I think looking at that and the ministry, of course, like I said, I had that sense that I have a vocation there. But I think it definitely fits into the second and third career option. Absolutely. What makes it unique? Well, the first thing you notice is that it's a very small group. At the most number of people we have in our class is 8. Some of that is because we need to get the word out better, but a lot of that is just because that's just who there is in the area who's seeking. We sit around a little square table. We do a lot of things Oxford University style, where we sit around a table and we discuss what the instructor is presenting, and then we go home and we write and we read that kind of fleshes that out, that gives it more depth and more breadth. And so instead of sitting in it like a traditional graduate class where they tell you, this is more of a conversation between us and the instructor. And they do disseminate information, but it's done in more of a conversational, what do you think style, as opposed to this is the way it is. It's very structured. It's structured, but it's not overly structured. Because it's small, we can be very flexible. If someone gets sick or has a sick relative, or something happens in their lives, or they get an opportunity to attend something, you can do that. There's limits, but you can do that within the school year. Whereas at a regular seminary, it can be kind of fraught with logistical difficulty. And the other thing is we're very close. We pray together, all of us together, every week, and we rotate the prayers. And we have our own chaplain who knows us all personally. It's just a very personal experience, and I think that's the strength. It's the relational aspect of it. That's the real difference. My own inner development as a result of what I was learning. I've always been good at school, and it's never really taken much for me to do well. And so I came in with this, I've got this. And I did, but it wasn't the academics. it was the questions they ask and the way they approach the assignments. It's not typical grad school. It's not all in your head. It's a lot of how you personally internalize the information they give you. And that was different, and that wrought some changes and started the ball rolling into the change of mental culture that I needed in order to get ready for ordination. I found that very interesting. Peace. Later.